Imagine total isolation. No landmarks. No one to ask for directions. Imagine being lost. Now imagine that you aren't simply lost. You are surrounded by dangers. You need to know where you are. You need information you can trust. You need a map. Walkers, climbers, or anyone with an interest in exploring the countryside can choose the type of map which suits them best.
I've been a fell walker and mountaineer for probably 15-20 years, and I've used Ordnance Survey maps throughout that time. The main thing that main advantage I find with them is, especially the 1 to 25,000 map, which is the map that I use most commonly, is the detail that's available on them. Anything from wall boundaries, the very good definition with contouring and things like that, and they're just very easy to use.
No matter what the future brings, we will continue to work hard to make sure that we remain our customers' first choice for mapping today and tomorrow.
The English Lake District's a unique area, a grand combination of high fells, lakes, rivers and valleys that casts a spell over all lovers of mountain scenery. It's a magical blend that draws fell walkers and climbers from all corners of the country. As a Scot and native of the rugged Highlands, I must admit that I've been seduced by the charms of the Lake District. Here, the quality of the landscape is heightened by a subtlety of scale, and for the fell walker, the ease of access and the variety of scenery on offer in such a small area is an added attraction. Join me now on 3 great lakeland walks. It doesn't matter whether you're a keen fell walker or an armchair rambler. I'm sure anyone who loves the Lake District will enjoy these wonders, which portray the delights of this, the finest landscape in England. I've known Bill Burkett for years. I've walked with him and climbed with him, and I can't think of anyone better qualified to guide me around 3 of the finest walks in the area. Bill's a local Cumbrian lad, a well-known and respected rock climber and a passionate fell walker. He makes his living from writing, and his award-winning book, Complete Lakeland Fells, bears the mark of someone who's not merely a visitor, but an author brought up among the crags and the fells that have influenced him so much. Our first walk brings us to Cockley Beck, deep in the western fells and overshadowed on 2 sides by the mountain passes of Rhinos and Hard Knot. On a glorious August day, Bill and I met up on the banks of the infant River Duddon.
This must be one of the more remote spots in the Lake District. It really is superb.
Yeah, it's very unspoilt. It's a really beautiful area, you know, and it's protected by rhinos, I suppose they are. Hard Knot here, and the Duddon down here, you know, all remote locations. So it's kind of isolated and cut off. Hard Knot is one of the most spectacular passes in Britain, really. It's really something else. But the Romans actually went over Hard Knot, and the old Roman road winds its way up there as well.
Of course, all this is very familiar to you because you're a local lad.
Well, I'm bred and born just over the hill, just over Rhinos Pass there. And when I was a kid, we used to come over here in what we call the back end, that's the September, and we used to fish for the sea trout and salmon that run up here. You know,
really?
Well, it's only a little stream, but yeah, they still come up to this very day.
The walk leaves Cockley Beck and climbs quickly to reach the summit of Little Stand, from where the ridge links to Crinkle Crags. From there it carries on to take in Bow Fell and Esk Pike, before dropping down towards Mosedale and the starting point. The route is some 8.5 miles long, involves climbing 1,020 metres, that's over 3,300 feet, and you should allow a minimum of between 5 and 6 hours. The routes covered by the Ordnance Survey outdoor leisure map for the southwestern area of the lakes. At a scale of 2.5 inches to the mile, it provides all the detail required when walking the route. Note, however, for reasons of clarity, on this video the routes are illustrated using the Ordnance Survey touring map of the Lake District at a scale of 1 inch to the mile, which provides an ideal overview of the area.
I feel that this is the Roman road. It's marked on the Ordnance Survey map.
Really?
And I think these could be the original cobbles for the Roman road. Just
Yeah,
here.
we're talking in terms of what, over 2,000 years old?
That's right. It is amazing, but it goes right the way along here and right to the ford there, across the little stream that we crossed Mosedale Bay.
They've lasted well for 2,000 years.
Yes, probably longer than the M6, I would think.
Yes, you might be right. Yeah. There is a long history of man's habitation here.
Well, there is, yeah. Just further up there, there's Gate Scales, which is a sort of abandoned homestead. And the word scales, that means it's an Old Norse word for summer pasture. But there's quite a sort of little hamlet up there that's entirely deserted now, and it's probably deserted around the 1800s.
It was time to start climbing. Looking up towards the summit of Little Stand, we were aware that this was merely the first of many summits that we were to visit in the course of the day. There's very little sign of a path up here on this comparatively rarely used route. In fact, the only other person we saw was a shepherd with his dog busy working the fell.
Bit of a haul up here, isn't it?
Steep. Gets you up quick though. That's the
Well, that's a great
the
thing.
good
I like to
about
get
it.
up quick at the beginning of the day when
Yeah.
I've got energy, you know.
Because once you get up here, you know, you're on the heights, 2,500 feet.
Brilliant.
You know, right along the crinkles, Bow Fell. It's really great.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's very interesting. The different types of rock around here. In actual fact, geologically, there's only one type, and that's rhyolite.
Rhyolite.
Yeah, it's a volcanic origin. All these mountains here were formed from volcanoes. It's beautiful rock to climb on. Lovely, hard, reliable holds. You know, nice little incuts. Very, very solid. This is quite an interesting chunk, isn't it? Falling down from the crags there. I'm actually following this natural fault corridor up here, and covered in beautiful lichens. You know.
Yeah, it's nice, isn't it?
Yeah. So it looks grey and green, but you get whole areas of a red lichen, and it looks as though the rocks are red, you know,
Yeah.
but it's actually the lichen.
We call them lichens.
Right, well, I'm not sure what
That's
the
right,
correct
Cumbrian
pronunciation
term.
is, but yeah,
I know what
lichen
you
or
mean.
lichen. In Scotland, you call bilberries bleaberries.
Blaeberries, yeah.
Aye, but the bilberries.
Yeah, the blaeberries, definitely blaeberries.
Well, that was steep, Cameron, but it's easing off quite a bit now. Yeah, I think the route we're going to take actually, we'll go left, skirt under these crags here and take that natural fault rift, and that will lead us up to just about the summit.
Well, this is Little Stand. Bill, what height are we?
We're about just over 740 metres on the map.
What's that in English?
Well, just under about 2,500,
2,500.
isn't it? So we're certainly up above the 2,000
Yeah.
mark.
It's a nice little
Quite a
stand.
viewpoint, isn't it?
Yeah, it's lovely.
Yeah, that's
Some lovely lighting over here.
yeah, just in the sunshine over there. That's Pike Oblisco. It's a real nice top.
Straight ahead here, yeah.
Yeah.
The Pike Oblisco, that would be, a lot of people, that would be the normal route, wouldn't it?
It would, yeah.
A lot of people come that way.
A lot of people go from the summit of Rhinos Pass, and that's the first objective, and then
Yeah.
they go onto the Crinkles.
Yeah.
Very few people come this way.
I can't believe it, I'm in a Lake District fell and we haven't seen anybody.
It's always like this in the lakes.
Oh,
Cameron.
come on. I know that's not true.
You don't have to go far from the main trod for it to be like this.
Yeah.
This is, you know, here we are in the middle of summer, the height of the tourist season, and can you see anybody else at all?
The trouble was, with the mist rolling in from the sea and threatening to cover the tops, we could hardly see anything at all, never mind fellow walkers. As we set off for the Crinkle Crags, we hoped that the mist and low cloud would be only temporary and wouldn't spoil a day that had begun with so much promise.
Hello.
Right.
Hiya. Hey, what a difference.
Yeah.
Dear. Now I can see why you referred to it as the motorway.
Yeah, well, this is the main drag, you see, from the Three Shires Stone down there, right the way, and leading on to the Crinkles right here. So it really is the motorway, I guess.
I mean, it's a bit of a change from that nice narrow grassy track we were on, which is really just more or less a sheep trod, I suppose.
Absolutely.
And then coming onto this.
Yeah, well, it makes you appreciate that wilder aspect, doesn't it, down there?
But I suppose this must be one of the most popular walks in the Lake District. You know, you take away the big hills like Scafell, Helvellyn, Skiddaw and Blencathra. But it's always a bit of a mental blow when you come off, you know, really what is quite a bit of solitude. I mean, you know, it's nice and quiet, there's nobody else. And then suddenly you're into lots of people.
Ah, well, variety is part of the attraction, Cameron.
Oh wow.
This is the head of Great Langdale here.
Well, it looks lovely today, not exactly benign, but but nice.
Yeah.
I like the greenery, it's lovely.
Yeah, it's a different world up here in the winter.
As we headed on through the mist, I was aware that somewhere close by there was a nice little surprise waiting in store for us. Nothing to get too worried about, just a short exercise in scrambling to add a little frisson to our day in the fells.
Oh, it's steepening up a bit.
Yes, this is the infamous bad step coming up now,
Oh, is
Cameron.
it?
Yeah.
The bad step.
Yeah.
Le mauvais pas.
Aye, well, it's straightforward, really. Yeah, it's actually reasonably straightforward. There's only about 10 foot of quite easy scrambling, but if you don't fancy that, you can go out on the left there.
Yeah.
As you can see, a lot of people do that, but it's exciting to do it.
One there. It looks impressive in the mist. You know, mist makes things look a lot bigger and a lot grander.
It does, yeah.
And it looks
yeah.
quite fearsome, actually.
It does.
Can you get round?
Yeah, there's a path goes round the side.
Right, that's
But you can crawl underneath there. You crawl on through the tunnel.
Yeah.
I'm not going under there either.
It's a dawdle, it really is.
No.
Go on, have a go.
No. Not doing it.
Come on then, you're the climber.
Okay.
Lead on. So all these things, but it's never quite as bad when you get up close to it.
Oh, that's right. It's only, you know, a few feet when you actually get to it.
Yeah. So are you going through the hole?
No chance.
Well, I'm going to really look at it.
Have a good look, Cameron. See what you think. People do go through, apparently.
Yeah? Oh, no. There's no way a man of my goods could get through a hole like that, I tell you. You'd have to pull me out. The other end, no.
Best not to risk
We'll stick to the easy bit, I think.
Right.
Yes, nice style, Mr. Burkett. Well done.
This is where trekking poles are a wee bit of a pest.
Yeah. Good stuff.
Lovely. Yeah. And you say there's another way around, Bill, is that right?
Yeah, it's an easy traverse, just round then to an easy gully up to the top.
Right, so people don't have to come up here.
No, you can go straightforward.
Yeah,
round
it's a
the
pity
side.
because it gives a wee bit of adventure.
Adds character, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's a pity. Yeah.
It really
Anyway,
is.
what else is there?
Oh, quite a bit.
Some more of this?
Yes, the summit of Long Top next, Cameron.
Long Top. So this is the second crinkle, Bill.
Yes, this is the Long Top. It's the highest of the crinkles. And it's called the Long Top because it extends right over into the Eskdale side here. You get some super views from, on a clear day from that end, but it's obviously a bit too misty today.
So how many crinkles are there?
Well, in my latest book, Complete Lakeland Fells, I defined 5 crinkles. Some people argue there's actually a 6th crinkle, but...
What does the guru say?
Aye.
What does Wainwright say?
Yes, well, Wainwright says there are 5 as well, so I guess I'm playing safe by sticking with that.
Great, well, let's crinkle down there.
Okay.
It's clearing a bit.
God, that was lovely when it cleared, wasn't it?
Beautiful. Beautiful. It's almost like somebody pulling up a curtain, isn't it?
It
You know,
is.
they pull it and you see it and you just see it
Yeah.
for that moment and then it comes in again. Hey, that's lovely.
Wow. Let's have a quick look at this, Cameron.
Yeah, I think so.
Aye, smashing.
So I reckon there are 6 crinkles, Bill.
Well,
2, 3, 4, and there's one behind. 5, and that must be a crinkle there. I mean, it's a bit unfair to leave that one out.
well, it's Shelter Crags, it's got its own name, so it's kind of treated differently, but it has actually got 3 tops.
Well, there you go, 8 crinkles. However many crinkles there are, and you should count them for yourself sometime, there's no doubt that this is one of the great Lakeland ridges. Rocky, airy, a real feeling that you're walking on the very roof of England. The Crinkle Crags have brought us nearer to Bow Fell, but not before reaching the call at 3 Tarns. One of Lakeland's mountain crossroads, you could, if you wished, forget about the summits and drop down from here into Lynn Cove for an easy walk back to our starting point. But if you were to do that, I reckon you'd really be missing out.
I think it was Bob Hope who once said that Britain's the only country in the world where you can experience the 4 seasons in the one day. I think we've got a fair share today.
Yes, he must have been walking over the crinkles when he said it. Yeah, we've been in thick mist, but it's cleared out quite a bit now. It's looking a lot better, so fingers crossed.
The views up here are superb, over the whole Lakeland area.
Well, that's right, with the Scawfells behind us and Langdale Pike's just over there. It really is something else.
Yeah. And Big Bow Fell right in front of us.
Yeah, Mighty Bow Fell, just below the 3,000 foot mark, but a very woolly and shapely mountain.
One of your favourite hills?
I've got lots of favourites. Yeah, it's really good. It's a great hill, yeah.
How long do you think it'll take us to get up there?
Well, a couple of fit lads like you and me, Cameron, probably about 20 minutes to run the summit. Yeah, steep drag and then it levels off.
You spend a lot of time up here, maybe 2 or 3 days a week, climbing, walking the fells, taking photographs. Does it ever begin to pall? Do you ever begin to feel just a bit fed up with it and wish you could have a long weekend in London or something?
Oh, heaven forbid. No way, no. I love it all the time, you know. It's always changing every day, every hour, you know, and I love every moment of it. It's great.
So at heart, you're really just a hoary mountain man.
Well, yeah, why not?
Yeah. So anyway, this is Bow Fell, just short of 3,000 foot, the magical 3,000 foot Plimsoll line. Maybe if we stand up there and get up on each other's shoulders.
Well, that's it, yeah. Or a trampoline, you might just get the 3,000 mark, yeah.
It's not far off it. Bow Fell, is that right, Bow Fell?
Well, the locals say Bowful.
Bowful.
And we
Bowful.
probably speculate it may because it's shaped like a bow. That could be one explanation. Langdale Pike's down there. Those are the sites of the old stone axe factories. It was probably Langdale's first export industry because they've been found elsewhere in Europe, you know.
Who did they export to?
Well, they found them in Poland and of course all down the south of the country. See how flaky that rock is there?
Sharp.
It is, yeah. Well, that's got the curved line of fracture there and it produces this really sharp edge. So that's almost the material through
Get
it.
that through your skull, eh?
And there's a piece here which you just picked up down there, which is very similar to an unpolished stone axe. It's just naturally fractured like that, but you can see, you know, it's almost there, but it's not quite.
What would they use these for? They would be for tools rather than weapons.
Both, really. Obviously, they used to have the battles in those days, but at that time, all the valley bottoms were afforested, you know. So it was a big job, obviously, to make settlements. They had to clear the forest. So I think that was the prime use. And the thing is, it's such a hard material, you can actually get it sharper than steel. It's more brittle than steel, it'll snap, but the edge can actually be sharper than a razor, if you like, which is quite incredible.
So an export industry too.
Quite old, really.
That's very impressive. But it's an impressive place. Such a fantastic viewpoint. Down the Langdales, round then down Langstrath, Glaramara, and then round to the direction we're going.
Absolutely.
Which is over that way.
That's right, yeah, we're heading for down to All Gap.
That's the obvious call down there, isn't it?
The obvious call, yeah, you can probably just detect the red colour there. Anyway, then we make the drag up and we're on S Pike.
Right. I always think of this area, and particularly Escos, just outside of S Pike, as a sort of hub of these hills. You've got the Scaffells going one way and Bow Fell and the Crinkles out this way, Glaramara out there, you know, it's quite interesting. Tremendous contrast here, Bill, between this grey screen and the red of the path here.
Yeah, this is All Gap. This is iron stained rock here. In actual fact, if we find a piece, it's actually hematite ore, iron ore. It's all around here. There's some particularly nice pieces. There's a really nice piece. Look at that. Just feel that, Cameron.
Good grief, that's heavy.
Yeah.
That's iron ore.
That's it, that's where they get iron from.
Good grief. So what would be done with that?
Well, they'd probably melt it down in a furnace and mix it in with things like carbon from charcoal and produce iron. They had iron mines at the the other end of the Crinkles at Red Tarn there, which we just missed. But they were mining iron ore there until about 1920s. So it's quite a recent thing.
So that's where so many of our forest went to.
Using the charcoal, yeah,
Yeah.
that's true. Well, in sort of the 1650s in Little Langdale, it was a main iron producer, and the iron ore quality was supposed to be as good as Danzig in Germany.
Wow.
And it was just because that it was easy to carry the ore there, because they only needed a little bit of ore, but a lot of charcoal, you know, and a lot of wood for the amount of ore that they actually smelted.
So this is another example of our industrial heritage. We've got the axe factory,
Absolutely.
iron ore smelting.
Yeah. So of course Iron Age man would know about things like this in the hills and would utilise it.
Yeah. It's interesting in Lochmarie side in Rossshire in Scotland, there had a lot of these bloomeries where they smelted the iron ore.
Right.
And they had them there because apparently there's a royal edict in the 17th century that didn't allow any more tree felling in Cumbria. So all the iron masters from Cumbria went up to Lochmarie side and started cutting the trees down there.
Right, it's amazing, isn't it?
It really is.
Yeah.
This is quite an industrial place.
It is, yeah. I mean, if you look at the sheep, the ewe over there, can you just see the red marks on it?
Yeah, this sort of farm.
That's right.
Marks,
Well, each
yeah,
individual farm puts its own marks on the sheep like that. In the old days, they used they used to use the iron stained clay. There's a good patch over there. I'll show you in a minute. To mark the sheep, and those marks are called Schmidt marks. Schmidt, which I think it comes from in the 1600s. They brought over a lot of German miners and used their expertise to mine the iron ore. And I think the name Schmidt mark comes from that.
Is that a Burkett theory?
It's a Burkett theory, I must admit.
But yeah, well, that sounds pretty sound.
Let me show you this, how the colour of this. This is stuff here, Cameron. This is iron stained clay, and this is what used to mark the sheep on with.
So that went onto the sheep's fleece and stayed on for the whole summer.
Well, that's right. After they sheared the sheep, they used to mark it with this, and these are called the Schmidt marks, and they stayed on. Yeah.
So you've now got it in your hands for the whole summer.
Well, I have. Yeah. Well, how do you do it, Cameron?
Thank you.
That's it.
Well done.
It's off.
Good.
From Moor Gap, it's a short haul up to our final top, Esk Pike. At 885 metres or 2,903 feet, it tends to be overshadowed by its lofty and more famous neighbours, but it shouldn't be overlooked. Guarded by rocky, craggy flanks, it really is a splendid summit in its own right.
With a wee scramble up to the top, it's lovely. Brilliant. Oh, brilliant. What a view. This is even better than Bowfell.
Different, Cameron, different.
I'll get your map out. What do we see?
Well, you can certainly see right down Derwentwater to Skiddaw.
Yeah.
Yeah. Fantastic.
Well, you can see right around there, Bowfell, the Langdales, Glaramara, Keswick, Derwentwater, the Newland Hills away there, Windy Gap, Green Gable, Great Gable.
Yeah, Great End.
And then, oh, brilliant.
Right across the Scawfell Pike with the big summit cairn there, look.
Oh.
The highest point of England.
And it, you know, it looks it today. You know, that's every justification for being a fine mountain.
Yeah, it's very atmospheric.
From Esk Pike, the descent route is simple. A long grassy ridge drops down via Pike de Beeld, Then we cross Lynn Cove Beck before the final walk out along Mosedale and back to Cockley Beck and our starting point.
A fabulous view from here down into Upper Eskdale.
Yeah, across the Great Moss, which
Is it as boggy as its reputation?
yeah, it's.
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever crossed it with dry feet. Yeah,
Really? A welly job, eh? But it's a great descent route, isn't it?
it is. It's
You're
marvellous.
covering everything you've covered in the morning.
Yeah, well, that's the long top over there, the second
Uh-huh.
crinkle. 3 tarns, both fell.
Fabulous, it
Yeah.
really is. Can you count the crinkles from here?
I'm not even going to try, Cameron.
Like all great walks, there's something special kept for the end. Majestic views of Bowfell and the Crinkles reacquaint us with hills climbed earlier in the day, and at the end of the ridge a final vantage point offers new views down into Eskdale, a part of the Lake District that means a lot to Bill.
Well, we're almost finished, Bill, but this really is a magnificent bit of landscape. When the shadows are getting long and you're in this sort of beautiful landscape, it's almost secretive.
It's a very wild part of the lakes, this, and it's, you know, it's hardly changed since I was a kid. I mean, I'm looking out here and what's different? You know, nothing is different. It's marvellous. Yeah, I used to come here when I was, well, just a wee lad really. We used to follow this path with my father, and we used to call it the Falconer's Path. I mean, it used to go down there underneath those crags, then into that blackness. Now there's a really big cliff called Camp Spout, and we used to solo up that, and we used to mark the peregrine's eggs on top of the crag. Dad used to lower me down to nests from a very early age, you know. I suppose it was lightweight, and he just used to pull me back hand over hand. But that wasn't really climbing. I was always out on the hills with my father, you know, right from very early on. But I didn't really start rock climbing in my own right until I was about 13, 14, still fairly young, and I started with a friend from school.
And it's just over there and we're finished.
Yeah, not far to
Well,
go
listen,
now,
I can
Cameron.
almost taste that pint.
First, you've got to jump in the river, mate.
Oh, well, I can do that, that's all right, okay.
Our second walk is one of the most popular routes in the Lake District, the Fairfield Horseshoe. Starting in Ambleside, you could do the round in either direction, but we've chosen to start with Low Pike, following the ridge to Dove Crag, Hart Crag and the summit itself, descending via Great Rig and Nab Scar. It's a walk of some 10¼ miles, with a total ascent of 1,045 metres. That's 3,430 feet. 6 hours should see you around. 2 maps are required to cover the route, the southeastern and northeastern sheets from the Ordnance Survey Outdoor Leisure Series covering the Lake District. If our first walk started in the comparative remoteness of Cockley Beck, This one starts in the hustle and bustle of Ambleside. The crowds and the traffic encourage you to climb up onto the quieter fells, especially on such a perfect day as this. But the town has one distinct and obvious benefit. If we start the circular walk by the pub, that's also where we should end up.
This is your old local, Bill, isn't it?
Yes, it is, yeah. It's a good meeting place for climbers and walkers.
Yeah, it's always had a reputation as a good climbers pub.
Yeah, it is, yeah.
It's a wee bit early for us, unfortunately. But listen, how long will this walk take us, do you think?
Oh, 4 hours or so.
Yeah, so we should be back. Certainly plenty of time for opening.
We should, yeah.
Well, I think we've got to finish it.
Yeah.
Start here and finish
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
That sounds good.
That's
Okay,
good,
where
yeah.
do we go down?
Yeah, down to Nook Lane
Lane.
and along there.
Fine. Now, I think 4 hours is a bit optimistic, Bill.
Yeah, well, maybe 6, maybe
4 hours,
6.
we're going to run you around here. For goodness sake. And if it stays hot like this, it might even be 8.
Yeah,
No.
yeah.
We go over here, don't we?
Yeah, this is it, Nook Lane here.
Along this way. Good. Nice thing about this Nook Lane, it kind of epitomises Ambleside. It's all nooks and crannies.
The secret ways.
Over the years. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's really good. Yeah.
Yeah, it is, it's lovely.
Oh, look, what's that? Is that where we finished?
Yeah, that's where we come down there.
Oh,
That's,
terrific.
Abscar there and Heron Pike. And you can just see the path actually zigzagging down
Lovely.
and into the trees. Yeah, it's a lovely end.
4 hours from now. Morning.
Aye.
Nabscar. These are great names, aren't they?
Okay.
Nice lane to come along, all wooded. Before we go out onto the open fell, we'll presumably lose all the trees.
And then, yeah, we soon get away from the trees.
Yeah.
Sweet
this
crags
thing.
are last. Yeah, it's an amazing
Wow.
stump, that, isn't it?
It's huge. It must be an old oak tree, I would think.
I think it's an oak, yeah.
It's probably all it could be that size, but it's absolutely enormous.
It's massive. It must be hundreds and hundreds of years old.
Yeah.
Incredible.
I'd love to know the history of that.
Mm.
When that was just a little seedling.
Aye.
You wonder what the world was like then. What's this here, Bill?
Ah, well, this is the Thirlmere to Manchester Aqueduct. You can always recognise it because they use sandstone pillars, which is foreign to this part of the Lake District. Must have had a job lot from some quarry in Manchester or something. But it's an amazing thing. It started right over in Thirlmere, and it goes the entire length to Manchester by gravity. It's gravity feed. There was no pumping system at all.
It's an aqueduct providing the people of Manchester with water.
Drinking water, yes.
It's a long way.
Yes, it is, yeah. As a piece of engineering done in the 1890s, it's remarkable. And they follow the contours of the hillside all the way, just falling ever so slowly all the time.
I can sense a hint of pride in your voice as you talk about this.
Well, as an ex-civil engineer, it does interest me, yeah. I find it remarkable, really.
It's a big step, Bill, from civil engineering to being a writer on outdoors and climbing and walking. What made you take that jump?
Well, maybe it was a question of cool rushing, but I don't think so. I mean, you've got to go where your heart lies, Cameron, So, for me, it was a simple decision.
Do you miss working in a team as you must have done?
Oh, yes, I do, yeah. I mean, it's a very lonely life, writing. Gosh. But, you can't have everything, can you?
Very different landscape, Bill, coming out of Ambleside, leaving the suburbs behind us. And,
yeah.
all the houses and everything else, England's green and pleasant land. And then it's a bit more rugged up here. It's great.
You see Sweden Crag just profiled there, and then High Park beyond. And then when we get on there, we're really starting the horseshoe.
Remember the great Lakeland mountain writer Harry Griffin writing that Fairfield is probably his favourite Lake District summit?
Well, it is very, very fine, because it's fairly rounded top, but you've got all these wonderful ridges shooting off on every side,
How many tops did you say?
There are 9 tops.
9 tops.
Mm.
Over 1,000 feet.
Yep, 9 tops over 1,000.
Now you mentioned this crag. What's it called?
Sweden Crag. And there's High Sweden Bridge and Low Sweden Bridge, and Sweden coppice.
Why all the Swedes? Why?
Well, it's an interesting name. Actually, it's from the Old Norse, Sveen, and it means something like moorland cleared by burning. So you can imagine at one time this would be covered in trees.
It's interesting because I was always associated Vikings in the Norse with the coastland. You know, they come down and they come on the coast, but obviously, although we're not that far from the sea, this is certainly inland.
Well, they landed on the coast and the lakes, and they knew a good place when they saw one, and they settled here. A lot of the names are Scandinavian. In fact, my grandfather, the language he spoke was virtually Old Norse. It was a completely different language. I couldn't understand.
Oh look, first view of Fairfield.
Yeah. This is Rydal leading up to the summit there. This is Low Pike actually. It's the first top on the round. And this is the point where the senior guides race come up from Ambleside Sports. This is where they finish, and up here and back down again takes them around 11 minutes.
11 up and down?
Yeah, up and down.
Good grief. That's amazing. But certainly a very scenic run, but they won't see much of it, I don't suppose.
I know,
But we're seeing quite a lot today. It's fantastic. Look at the difference in the landscape between down and... What is that? Is that Rydal water?
That's Rydal water.
It's beautiful. And look in the far distance, the crinkles.
That's right. And we can see the crinkles and Bowfell.
So we're on this, follow the wall up now to the next one?
Yes, follow this Great Wall of China right up, and the next one is High Pike.
Great. Okay, let's do that.
Coming up onto High Pike now, Cameron.
Yeah, feels like it.
Yeah, it soon starts to level off again.
We've sort of jokingly referred to this as the Great Wall of China, but I suppose it really is the Great Wall of Dove Crag, isn't it? And it's one of the walls like this, great features of the Lake District landscape.
Yeah, they're amazing. The stone walls on Fairfield are really, well, probably the finest examples in the Lake District, really.
Yeah.
It's probably
Look at this.
a good place to look at the construction there. The wall maker's art, or is it engineering? Because they really are quite sophisticated. Two skins, one here, one here. The core's all rubble like this, and the whole thing's held together by these through stones. Let's go.
Well, that goes right through.
Right through. And the beauty about this wall is that the ground is soft, you know, obviously, and it's moving all the time. So they're always settling. But with this design, they can move differentially. So, you know, one side can go down, the other side stay there.
So if that was made of something really strong but pretty rigid like concrete, it wouldn't work?
It wouldn't. Concrete wouldn't last a year because of the settlement. It would crack.
How did they live? Did they come up and down and work every day?
Well, there are stories and records to show that they actually stayed on the hill for weeks at a time, you know, and some of them actually brought their families up and camped and worked on a section of wall and moved on, you know.
It's a work of art, but I noticed when we come up here down in that side, right down
can I look down in
some of the
Scandale,
walls here are fabulous.
We're on High Pike now, which is the second top, and it gives a super view of the wall builder's art down here.
Look at this, the shapes of them. They're beautifully square. It's fantastic.
It's just incredible the way they just run right up the hillside and over the top.
And in perfectly straight lines.
Yeah.
It's a funny thing, you know, if there's a whole line of windmills down there or a motorway, I would probably grunt my disapproval and turn my back on it. But because it's so old, I have a sort of real feeling of admiration for the people who did it all those years ago.
Well, it's not only the age factor, is it? It's the natural. It's a natural thing, you know. It's using the local stone, and it fits into the landscape. You know, it's part of the landscape, isn't it?
Well, where does this wall take us to? Does it take us right up onto Dove Crag and beyond?
It does, yeah, yeah. Keep going right along Dove Crag, Hart Crag, and then up onto Fairfield.
Well, let's follow it, will we? They say every mountain has two sides, and I remember it from the other side. It's much more dramatic.
The other side of Dove Crag is quite different to the side we've been up. You know, it's really impressive. There's a massive buttress there, very famous climbing cliff. It's the most overhanging crag actually in the Lake District.
Have you climbed there?
I've done a lot of climbing there. Yeah, I've done some first ascents down there, and well, we should have a look really. Do you
Yeah,
fancy
that'd be
going
good,
down?
can we?
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
It's only
Will it take us long?
no, it's only a slight deviation. And there's a priest's hole to look at, Cameron.
Priest's Hole.
That's right.
How did that get its name?
Well, it's a really interesting cave. And all I can think is that down below there's an old building. It looks like a quarry building, but in local law, they reckon it's an old meeting house of the Quakers, because they were persecuted, you know, in the 1600s.
I just love this sort of terrain, Bill.
Yeah, it's great, isn't it?
Great fun. Look at this scrambly stuff. And great. God, it's a long way to come for a church service, isn't it?
You soon get exposure, don't you?
Whew.
You're coming right round onto the face of Dove Crag.
Really?
Yeah, yeah. This point here, it's actually the top of the North Buttress.
Right.
That's the most overhanging piece of, well, it's the most overhanging crag in the lakes.
All right. So if we continue up there, we're going to free fall.
Yeah, you certainly would.
Oh, it looks quite substantial.
Oh, it is. Aye.
It's unusual to get a cave in this sort of rock, isn't it?
Very unusual. I don't think it's a natural cave. I think it's been man-made.
So is this a Burkett theory?
Yes, I suppose. Yes, it is. But I've really got to explain it. I've got to start from the beginning, really. And once when I was climbing in Pembrokeshire near St David's Head, there's a cliff there called Craig Crystal Cliff, and halfway up the crag, only accessible by climbers, is a small cave, and I went in the cave. And in that cave, in the bed of the cave, was absolutely optically perfect quartz, just like glass or ice. You can see right through it. And the only other place I've seen quartz like it is here, in this cave here. I mean, it's actually scattered all over. If you have a look around, we'll probably see some pieces here. Look. Just look at this.
Oh, wow.
You see right through it.
Lovely shape.
Yeah, super.
My goodness.
Yeah, so I think in Iron Age times, perhaps this, you know, may have been a valuable item to use in the jewellery or whatever. So that's one reason that this cave may have been
So
formed.
it's been built by crystal hunters or crystal gatherers.
Yeah, well, that's my theory.
For jewellery or whatever.
Yeah.
I mean, I suppose it was quite valuable in those days.
Well, I think so. I mean, they did fantastic work in gold. Why not use?
Yes.
You know,
Yeah.
it must have seemed fantastic to them.
What about the poor old priest? Where did he come into it?
Down there, you can see that building there,
Yeah.
and that's the what local folklore people say that it's the old Quaker meeting house.
Really?
Yeah.
That's
yeah.
a strange place to have a
And
church.
if you actually look at it, it is a special building. It's a bit better than the average quarry building. So, but that's been passed down by word of mouth through the generations.
And today the cave is used by climbers.
Yeah, by climbers and groups come
And
up here and
walkers.
spend the night here. You know,
Yeah.
I mean, it's a great place, fantastic view,
Yeah.
perfectly dry inside. The original logbook was here with the first ascent ever made on the crag in the early 1900s, and with all the subsequent ascents. But that's probably gone by now. Oh, look at it. Oh,
wow.
there are a couple of logbooks, some biscuits, a copy of the Daily Express.
This
Yeah.
book is gratefully dedicated to all the fell walkers who visit the Priest's Hole Cave, Dovedale. May you all have a happy day or night and a pleasant walk. Donated by Morecambe with Heysham Fell Walking Club, April 1989. Well done, Morecambe with Heysham Fell Walking Club, that's good. Yeah, that's great. Can't say any accounts about climbing though, Bill.
No, when I came, the original log was still here, you know, and it was just a climbing record, really, and a few other people who came up here.
When did you start coming round about here?
Well, we started developing the North Buttress in about 1980, and at that time it was unclimbed by any other free, any free routes. So we did a series of very hard routes up there, 1980, 1981. At that time, it was probably at the cutting edge of, difficulty, but now there are much harder routes, of course. But yeah, we were pleased to do these routes because it was one of the last unclimbed areas in the lakes, and it was quite a challenge, we felt.
A good diversion down there, Bill. Well worth seeing, but it's a slog back up again.
Yeah, it is a steep slug up. I can certainly feel it now.
Whew, gets the old thighs at this stage in the day. So this is the main drag again, eh?
Yeah, this is it, back on the main horseshoe now.
Okay. Have a quick look at the map.
Right.
Just check and see just exactly how much we've got to climb. Route finding on the horseshoe is relatively straightforward. Just stick to the ridge and keep climbing. With only Hart Crag still to come, we'll soon be on Fairfield itself. But with the detour we'd made, I was anxious to know if we were hitting Bill's schedule for reaching the summit. Okay, so how far do you think we've got? How long in terms of time?
Maybe half an hour.
Half an hour? Whew, so much for you 4 hours, mate. Take us a little bit longer, I think.
Yeah, probably. Well, with that diversion, it will be 6 hours maybe.
Hart Crag, Bill. I think that's summit number 4.
Yes, it is.
Only 5 to go.
Aye.
That's Scrubby Crag, Bill. I can see why it's called Scrubby Crag.
Yeah, there is a bit of rock down below, but it breaks up at the top, doesn't it?
Oh, I can see that, yeah. When you look at it from higher up there, it just looks all scrubby and broken, but in fact, it starts off at quite a continuous slab of rock.
Yeah.
And look, if you look carefully, there's a sheep there doing maybe one of your routes.
No, that's too hard for me, that, Cameron.
Yeah, it looks dodgy, actually. God, I think it's going to come off.
Oh, no, it's
Whoa.
safe as houses. They can go anywhere.
You've got great faith in the Herdwicks, haven't you?
I've rescued a few in my time, I can tell you that much.
It's a little bit colder now, Bill, isn't it? The weather seems to be coming just a wee bit.
That's right. I felt a spot of rain actually just earlier on.
Yeah. It's a big plateau over summit, this, isn't it? Almost like a big hub with spokes going off to various directions. Yeah. It's a nice view out to St Sunday Crag here. And, well, there's other views, but you can't quite see them because it is so wide. Should we take a quick scooter around?
Yeah, that's
just,
the way
just
to
in
really
case the
have a
cloud
look
comes
around.
in, eh?
Yeah.
Let's go and have a look and get the most of it while we can. Ooh, that's steep, isn't it?
Quick way down there, Cameron.
Yeah. That's a big long scree run.
That's top of Cofer Pike there, look.
Oh, this little thumb thing
Yeah.
sticking up.
Yeah, it's a lovely little pinnacle, is that?
That looks good.
Yeah.
And that's the way down onto St Sunday Crack.
It is, you've got it. It's quite scrambling, quite steep.
God, it's dramatic, isn't it?
And,
And then round onto the Helvellyn Massif.
Striding Edge, yeah. Helvellyn, the top summit itself, and then the pyramidal Catchley Cam there, just peeping over. Nethermost Pike, Dolly Wagon. Looks super, don't they, in this line?
And there's a tarn down here somewhere, isn't there?
Grisdale Tarn, yeah.
Yeah.
This is where King Dunmel threw his crown, you know, after the battle on the pass.
The summit of Fairfield's a popular place. For a short time we had it to ourselves, but we're more than happy to pass it over to its new conquerors. The route from Fairfield is simple. Walk off the opposite ridge to that we'd walked up, down past Great Rig, and then all the way back to Ambleside. However, in the mist, what seems simple can often be tricky, so watch out. Care is required.
I always become just a wee bit apprehensive, Bill, on a vast summit plateau like that when the weather's threatening. Because if the mist comes in, it's so easy just to go off down the wrong ridge.
Yeah, very much so. A lot of people go the wrong way, including myself.
Oh, you've done it, have you?
Yeah, you know, you think you know where you are, but
Yeah.
you should always take a compass bearing. You know, if you take a compass bearing, it's okay. But I went down I wanted to come down this way. It's a great rig, and I went down to Grisdale Tarn.
I'll have a sit for a moment, Bill.
Yeah, this is the top of Great Rig, this. And this, the cairn here was called Great Rig Man because I think it must have been quite a substantial structure at one time. You can see some large stones around it. It's rather derelict now.
So it's just the cairn that was called Great Rig Man?
I think so, yeah. Yeah.
And not the whole hill?
No, Great Rig was the fell, is the fell, and Great Rig Man was that particular feature, I believe.
Oh, right. The light's just coming, it's lovely here, but you get this darkness.
Yeah, it's...
Thundery, maybe?
Yeah, well, it could be building up. I remember a few years ago, bank holiday, August bank holiday, after quite a few days of hot, dry weather, there was an incredible thunderstorm. And there was plenty of warning, you know, quite a few hours before it actually broke. It was really black and it started to roll in the hills. And most people got down from the tops, you know, but there were a few who I suppose were inexperienced really. And just here where we are now, on this summit, a party of 4 were hit by lightning, and one of them was killed outright. And simultaneously on Catchley Cam over there, another person was killed outright there. It was a horrendous storm, really horrendous.
Yes, I mean, you don't expect that in the Lake District. That's the sort of weather you'd usually associate with the Alps.
No, that's right. You've always got to be aware in the mountains, you know, extremes of weather.
That's kind of creepy.
Yeah.
Let's get out of here.
Yeah.
Oh.
Just look at all these shining levels, Cameron.
Yeah. Shining levels, that's a nice term.
It is, it's a wonderful phrase. It comes from Tennyson's Idylls of the King. Which aptly describes this wonderful silver reflection on the lakes. Down here we've got Windermere over there, Esthwaite Water, Little Orcock Tarn, Grasmere, Loughrig Tarn, Alta Water, Coniston over in the background, Easdale Tarn just hanging there in the blackness. Wow. What a phrase, it's super, isn't it?
Lovely. And you know, this is such a really nice descent route because we come down from Fairfield A and it's a gradual descent all the way down, nice and gentle, nothing terribly knee-jarring.
That's right.
It's a great way around this.
It's pleasant walking, the views I think are fantastic. You can see Ambleside, you know, it beckons you back. I mean, if you do this late on, the lights are twinkling. I think it's a wonderful way around. A lot of other people go the other way, but I prefer it this way around.
Yeah, I mean, the other way around, the way we've come, you got all the climbing at the beginning.
That's right, yeah.
And then you can relax into it. Well, Bill, it's been a fantastic walk. Great hills, great views, and what a way to finish. We're in a man-made landscape, certainly, but it's so nice with the trees here in Rydale Park. It's beautiful.
Yeah, what pleasanter way to end such a great classic walk, eh?
Yes, superb.
Well, there is perhaps a more traditional way. After a long, hot day, I must admit I had a different conclusion in mind.
Well, we made it, Bill.
Aye.
Yeah, well done. Great,
Aye,
great
cheers,
walk.
Cameron.
Good. I'll tell you, I'm ready for this.
Yeah, same here.
I really am. 2 pints of beer, Andy landlord, please. Hey.
Brilliant. Right, cheers, my dears.
Our final walk was to take us up a mountain which for many Lake District aficionados is the most favoured, Great Gable. Bill and I had decided to tackle Great Gable in winter in the hope of finding snow and ice and crisp clear views. Instead, Borrowdale welcomed us with rain and grey skies as we met up at Seathwaite Farm in mid-January.
Yo, Bill Burkett.
Hi, Cameron.
Hey, hi.
How you doing, mate?
All right, good to see you again.
Yeah.
Good, good.
And you?
Yeah, what have we got?
Well, I think we'll go up Great Gable today. Yeah. Last time I was up here, Samuel Gill there was absolutely frozen solid.
It looks quite impressive, doesn't it? All that water
Yeah.
coming down. I mean, they say this is the wettest inhabited place in England. I
Yeah.
believe it this morning.
Yeah, too right. Yeah.
So let's have a look at the map.
Bill's plan was to avoid the main path from Seathwaite by walking up and past Taylorgill Force, rejoining the more popular routes at Styhead Tarn. Once past Styhead, we would follow the Climbers Traverse, skirting round the mountain before striking up Little Hellgate to the summit. The descent would be along the ridge, taking in Green Gable and Base Brown before dropping back down into Seathwaite. A distance of 5.5 miles, there is 884 metres of climbing, or 2,900 feet. It'll take about 5 hours. The map required is the Ordnance Survey Outdoor Leisure Sheet 4, covering the northwestern area of the Lake District.
Okay, well, it's a bit wet. Let's get on with it, will we?
Aye.
Yeah. It's a great spot, this. I love starting walks.
Oh, fantastic
here.
atmosphere.
The smell of the hay.
Yeah. It's
A
really
great place.
great feeling when you come back after a long day on the mountains and
Yeah.
you come back here.
Yeah. It's amazing to think that climbers have been walking through this farmyard for generations. Some of the explorers, maybe heading up to Great Gable.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
I mean, that's an interesting name, isn't it? Great Gable. It's got a real good ring to it.
It's a lovely name for a fantastic mountain.
Didn't Wainwright suggest that if it was simply called Wasdale Fell, then it wouldn't have been nearly as popular?
I don't think it's... Well, it is a little to do with the name, but the actual shape of it. I mean, Great Gable looks fantastic from all directions,
There you go. Okay, it's a bit breezier here, Bill.
Yes.
Might shift some of this cloud.
I think it's lifting, you know, Cameron. I think it's going to clear out.
Yeah. Oh wow, look at that.
Taylor Gill force.
Whew. There's a lot of water coming down there.
It's spectacular, isn't it, today?
It's amazing, even at a distance of what, a couple of 100 metres, you can still feel the draft from that.
Yeah, and the spray coming right across. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
very powerful, isn't it, Cameron?
Yeah.
Just 2 weeks ago, that was absolutely frozen solid. Yeah, I've actually climbed that in winter when it was, you know, purely vertical ice. It's about grade 3 to 4. Nice little ice pitch, actually.
And what if you come off?
Oh, you don't do that, Cameron. Once, actually, I was climbing quite a big ice fall up a frozen stream like this, and the ice collapsed higher up into the pool, you know, a big pool up, and this like tidal wave came right down on top of me. Yeah, that was very interesting.
As we left Taylor Gill Force to begin the climb up to Stye Head Tarn, we wondered if the mist would lift. While we could see back into the valley, the cloud base didn't seem to be many feet above it, and we still had a long way to climb. The sound of water rushing along Stye Head Gill was a constant accompaniment.
Stye Head Tarn, eh? Somebody camping out here.
Aye.
Give me a tent in a little cradled hollow at the Snow Hills any day over a centrally heated hotel room. Much better.
Just about 10 days ago, we could walk across here. It was frozen solid.
Well, I feel a bit of a fool carrying ice axes today, and there's not a bit of snow, but I suppose it's insurance, really, isn't it?
Well, all you need is one patch of ice on this climber's traverse, and you know, you could be in real trouble. Yeah.
This is a bit of a special place, this, isn't it? It's almost sort of pivotal in this part of the Lake District, with the big hills going off, Gable going off there, and the Scaffell Hills on that side.
I suppose it's the heart of the Western Fells, really, isn't it? It's a main thoroughfare, you know, over to Wasdale.
Want a brew?
Oh, thanks, Cameron, yeah. And to Langdale. Yeah, it's the main pass, really.
Yeah. So where are we going from here? We're up beyond the Tarn.
We'll follow the path right to as far as we can see, really, and then we bear right, which is the regular route up to Gable, but then we break off and we traverse right across underneath the Napes Crags. That's where the famous Napes Needle is and the Sphinx Rock. It's a really great traverse.
The cradle of English rock climbing. Do you think there'll be any snow or ice in the little pockets and grooves in there?
Possibly. I tend to think it may have all have gone because it's been really mild these last few days.
Yeah, it's when the wind gets up it really shifts it. There's an old Scottish folk song that says the snow it melts the soonest when the wind begins to sing. I think there's a lot of truth in that.
This is fantastic, isn't it?
What a difference when you get a bit of sunshine.
Yeah.
It just breaks through the cloud and it suddenly makes you
Brings out the
gives
colour,
you a bit
doesn't
of
it?
life, yeah.
Look at the end of Great End there, doesn't it look dramatic?
Aye.
Stand crag and all those steep
Yeah.
gills through there.
Yeah.
Just beyond Stye Head Tarn is a first aid box, a saver of lives, and a useful marker. But it's here you need to bear off and pick up the path that takes you round onto the Climber's Traverse. This famous route skirts around Great Gable, taking in Cairn Knott's Crag and the Napes Needle. We'll leave the traverse at Little Hell's Gate, where we finally climb up and onto the summit. As it swings round to the west, the path gives superb views down into the Wasdale Valley. It's a route Bill was particularly keen to take me on, to show me where the greats of British climbing first got to grips with Lakeland rock.
You can see in front of us now, we can see the whole history of British climbing, really.
Really?
Or the birth of British climbing,
Or
yeah.
English climbing.
Well, no, British climbing.
Really?
This is where it started, yeah. This is the first main feature, Cairn Knots here.
Oh, this crack here with the crack right out the middle of it.
And that was climbed by a fantastic character called Owen Jones. And it's climbed in 1897. The only genuine Jones, that he called himself. He was an extreme character. He got frostbite in the Alps. And to cure his frostbite, he put his fingers in boiling glue. And his fingers were permanently deformed, which he reckoned they were better for rock climbing. They were shaped like that.
Well, I suppose there's some sort of logic in that, I guess.
He was actually killed in 1899.
Climbing.
Yeah.
So where do we go? Do we go underneath that, do we?
Yes, we go right underneath Cairn Knots, and then right on through past over Great Hell Gate, and then on past the Nape's Needle and the Sphinx Rock.
Okay. So you're not tempted to do a little solo on the way up? How popular is this route, Bill?
Well, I suppose in the last 20 years it's you know become more popular with walkers, but only climbers ever did use this, you know, in the old days. So it's still little used and not very well known, but it's an incredible route.
When they come along this way, Bill, do they have to go back the same way, or can they continue on to something else?
No, this is the main way up to the summit of Gable, really.
Don't worry about the climber's traverse. While there is some easy scrambling involved, if you pick your route carefully, it's straightforward enough. And there are always alternatives to a tricky section if you drop down a few feet. And it does take you to some fabulous spots. Nape's Needle, perhaps the pick of them all.
When you're ready, go. Right. Pretty obvious, Bill, that Nape's Needle's lost none of its popularity.
No, it's amazing, good effort, good on them. I mean, it must be very slippery today.
This is a grand viewpoint of the Needle, isn't it?
It is, yeah. Well, this ledge is actually known as the Dress Circle.
The dress circle.
Yeah, that's right.
Watch the performers, eh?
Yeah, very much so.
Who first climbed it?
There's a guy called Walter Parry Haskett Smith in 1886. People regard it as the first recorded rock climb, you know. It's the first thing done for its own sake and then written up as a climb. I mean, no other reason than to climb to the top of it. It was an amazing achievement. He did it solo, without nobody else here, no ropes. He got to the shoulder where the lead two climbers are there. He threw up a small pebble to see if it would land on top. If it stayed on top, he knew it was flat. And he could go up, and he threw a pebble up, and it came back, it bounced off. But he persisted. He threw a larger pebble up, larger bit of stone, and it actually stayed on the top. So he went for it. He knew it was flat, and he knew there was a hold up there.
Wow.
It's inspirational, really. I mean, it makes me want to get up there and join them. First climbed it when I was about 14, actually. It was one of my first rock climbs. But if you get on top, we get a few of you on top, you can actually sit up there and you can rock it backwards and forwards because the whole of the top is detached. You can see it's cracked right the way around.
That's scary.
Yeah. Yeah, it seems to be safe enough. The whole Climbers Traverse is just really packed with features throughout. That's the Sphinx Rock profiled against the sky.
Yes, the last thing you expect on a Lakeland fell side is a hint of ancient Egypt. She's rather broad of nose, thin of lip, strong chin and a big square carbuncle on her head. Not exactly the sort of shape you'd fall in love with.
No, maybe not.
Now, oh Bill, what's this?
Ah, well, this is Little Hell Gate, Cameron.
Oh, come on.
Oh, right, so.
Have you been up here?
Yeah.
I thought you said this was the easy way round.
Well, it's not so bad actually. It's we'll stick to this right-hand side. It's reasonably stable.
Oh man, it's a bit of a knocking down.
Well, it's impressive, isn't it? Well, that's where they're all based at, you know, the Wasdale Head Inn.
Yeah.
And used to have fun and games in there, and some great characters. The old innkeeper, Aldwell Ritson, he had a saying about Wasdale, said it's got the highest mountain, the deepest lake, the smallest church, and the biggest liar in England. And he was the biggest liar, of course.
So that's where all these guys in the early days would come and plan and decide where they're going to go and climb.
Yeah, that's right, yeah.
I think you're right, keeping closer to the right, it's just a little bit more secure.
Yeah.
Just watch your head.
Yeah.
If I set off any big boulders, I'll shout.
What will you shout?
Below!
Below.
Mind your head.
Oh, that's jolly decent of you, Cameron.
Oh. Ooh. It's great to hold the Scafell range behind us here.
Yeah, you can see all the tops arrayed there. It's something else, isn't it?
Yeah, beautiful.
Great End, the Old Crag, Broad Crag, Scafell Pike, Scafell itself.
Are we near the summit yet, Bill?
Well, we're not far off, but this is Westmoreland Crag here, and just above it is Westmoreland's Cairn.
It's surprising how cold it gets when you get a bit of height, Bill.
Oh, it's really come in again, the weather, isn't it? Yeah, it's really chilled down.
So what's this cairn, Bill? It's a fairly substantial thing.
It's Westmoreland Brothers Cairn. We built it in 1878 to mark the finest viewpoint in the area.
Oh, so the Westmoreland cairn has nothing to do with the old county?
I don't believe it has, no.
If you don't mind me saying so, I think it spoils the best viewpoint there. A big rubble of stone here stuck on top. I don't see the point of it.
Yeah, maybe so, but this is kind of a historical thing, you know. It is actually quite well structured around the front face. And it's all, you know, it's all mossed over.
Aye, lovely. I prefer a natural mountain, natural top. Sign of man, it's horrible. It's what we come to get away from, isn't it? It's like a dog peeing up against a rock to leave a record of its passing, and man's a bit like that. He likes to build cairns. You know what I mean?
To me, it's part of the landscape.
Yeah, come on, I could do without them. So when are we going to see the Burkett cairn then?
I've got a fell named after me, Cameron. I don't need a cairn.
Show off.
From the Westmoreland cairn, it's a short hop up onto the summit, and we were well rewarded. The morning's mist hadn't returned, and we could enjoy fabulous views in every direction.
Well, Bill, great gable, I think. And it's certainly a popular mountain.
Yeah, one of the most popular lakes, really, Cameron.
So, and the summit and the Fell and Rock Climbing Club Memorial.
The Fell and Rock bought this mountain, this piece of land, and then they gifted it to the National Trust in memory of the members that were killed in the First World War. I'm just looking at a few names there. There's Hereford, Jeffcote. They were both on the first ascent of Central Buttress over on Score Fell there.
Hereford, isn't there a story about his ghost
Aye, there is.
wandering the summits here?
Well, that's right. He did the first ascent of a tremendous route called Central Buttress, a really hard route for the day. And he was only a young lad, and when he did it, I don't know, 18 or something like that, say. And he was killed in the First World War, and they reckon his ghost still walks, you know, the tops of Score Fell. And there are some very interesting tales connected with it. A lass up there walking one day, and she came down and she'd seen this guy in old clothing, a young lad, and she'd talked to him. She turned around and he'd disappeared, gone. But when she got back down to the Wasdale Head Inn, she was staying there. At that time, there was a photograph of Hereford on the wall, and she said that was the guy I was talking to. Yeah.
Tell me about your own encounter.
Oh, it was a really interesting day. I was up there by myself. Just saw a guy walking along, dressed in old clothing, and I just passed him in the mist, and that was it, really.
Yeah.
There's kind of a spooky feel to it, though.
Well, there isn't a spooky feel today. There's so many people. I'm amazed at the amount of people up here.
Oh, yes. Yeah, very
A
popular.
testimony to the hill's popularity.
A route off Gable allowed us to maintain for as long as possible the height we'd already gained. From the summit we'd take in Green Gable and Base Brown before our final descent back into Seathwaite. Once again, Bill's timing had been perfect. With the sun sinking over Wastwater behind us, we dropped down towards Borrowdale in the last of the light. Even in the gathering gloom, Sour Milk Gill still made a splendid sight, and the lights of the farmhouse beckoned like a welcome beacon in the growing darkness. Once again, Bill Burkett had introduced me to another fabulous walk, which confirmed the view that the Lake District fells offer some of the best walking to be found anywhere.
If you've enjoyed this programme, there are a number of other titles on the Striding Edge label that celebrate the beauties and the challenges of the Lake District and the uplands of northern England and Scotland. I was lucky enough to do a number of televised walks with the greatest fell walker of them all, Alfred Wainwright. And a number of those titles are available now. There's Wainwright's Lakeland, the Coast to Coast Walk, Wainwright's North Country, Wainwright's Highlands and Islands of Scotland. There's also The Essential Wainwright, the programme we made as a tribute to Alfred in the year that he died. And there's the first volume of Great Walks, in which I'm joined by the writer and photographer Bob Allen in another 3 classic Lakeland walks. There are few places quite like Striding Edge, and few spots that have earned such a place in the mythology of Lakeland walking. Some ramblers put off by the slog from Glenridding never get here, which is a pity because in good weather the ridge is within the capability of nearly all fit walkers. And the reward for braving this knife edge is clear. A dramatic panorama is spread out beneath your feet. Quite simply, this is an exceptional place.
It's a splendid, fine ridge. It's not too difficult. There's one little awkward bit at the end that keeps you in a little bit of suspense. But what a situation. I mean, look at it. Wonderful town on one side, superb view away down into Nethermost Cove on the other, and up to one of the 3,000-foot peaks. The whole area is just absolutely superb, I think.
All of these titles are available from your normal video supplier. If you have difficulty getting any of them, you can contact Striding Edge direct at this address: Striding Edge Limited, Crag House Farm, Wasdale, Cumbria, CA19 1UT. Striding Edge and the Ordnance Survey actively support conservation work in the Lake District through a royalty on the sale of these videos paid to the Lake District Tourism and Conservation Partnership. The Lake District is a landscape of of stunning contrasts, where majestic fells tumble into serene lakes and softly wooded valleys. But the ravages of nature, the lakeland weather, and countless boots can all take their toll on this fragile environment. Together, the National Park Authority, the National Trust and others work hard to repair the damage. But caring for this living landscape, its footpaths and dry stone walls, its buildings, wildlife and ancient woodlands is very costly. The Invest in the Lakes Fund, managed by the Lake District Tourism and Conservation Partnership, aims to raise much-needed funds for vital conservation projects, and we need your help. As Brian Redhead, late chairman of the Council for National Parks, once said, the Lake District is not ours, but ours to look after. In practical terms, a donation of £15 could repair a metre of footpath, £20 could repair a metre of fell wall. So if you'd like to make a further donation or simply hear more about their work, you can contact the partnership at this address. The Lake District Tourism and Conservation Partnership, Brockhole, Windermere, Cumbria LA 23 1LJ.